All right, if you're a leader in tech or business, I've got a question for you. What if I told you that your current AI strategy, even the one that's following all the so-called best practices, could actually be setting you up for a massive failure down the road? Yeah, it sounds a little dramatic, but stick with me. We're going to dive into why what we're seeing with AI today isn't just another cool new feature. It's a complete ground-up revolution in how we need to think about building our companies.
And look, this quote right here from Rex Lee, the CTO at Canadian Tire Corporation, absolutely nails it. He says one of the biggest misconceptions is thinking of agentic AI as just a new tool. And that's the trap, right? So many leaders see it as something shiny to add to the old toolbox. But he's saying, no, you're missing the point. This isn't a tool. It's a totally new blueprint for how you run your business, a whole new architectural archetype.
So, okay, that naturally leads to the big question, right? If it's not a tool, if it's not just some new software we install, then what in the world is it? And maybe even more importantly, why does getting this one distinction right literally mean the difference between your company thriving in the future or getting completely left in the dust?
To really get it, we've got to first talk about the danger of the old mindset. We're going to call this the AI tool trap. And believe me, a lot of really smart, well-meaning companies are walking straight into it as we speak.
And here's the crazy part. The thing that feels like a safe, smart, best practice, just deploying these cool, self-contained AI solutions one by one, could be the single biggest strategic mistake you make. The material we're looking at is crystal clear on this. This path leads to these bloated, over-engineered platforms that are basically obsolete before you've even finished rolling them out. It's like building your own cage.
So what does that trap actually look like? Well, it's a slow burn. It's death by 1,000 cuts. You start adding these tools, right? And each one creates a new silo. Suddenly your complexity just explodes. Your costs start spiraling out of control, and before you know it, you've accidentally built this incredibly rigid, brittle system that can't change. It's the complete opposite of the agility everyone's chasing.
Okay, so if the tool approach is a trap, what's the way out? Well, this is where we have to shift our thinking entirely to this idea of a new architectural archetype.
I love this slide because it shows the before and after so clearly. So on one side, you've got the old way, static, predictable workflows. Now we're talking about dynamic orchestration, things happening on the fly. We're moving away from rigid, painful integrations and towards simply onboarding a new capability. And maybe the biggest shift, we're going from predictable step-by-step execution to something called bounded emergence. It's a fancy term, but all it means is you're allowing for creativity and new solutions to emerge, but you're doing it within safe boundaries. It's huge.
And at the very heart of this new world is the AI agent. Now, it's really important to get this right. Don't think of it as just a piece of code or a program. Think of it more like a tiny autonomous employee. It's a self-directed little system that can look at a situation, decide what to do, learn from it, and then actually act, all on its own, with very little hand-holding from us.
Okay, this analogy from Rex Lee is just perfect. It makes everything click. He says the old way is like using a paper map. You have a fixed plan, a static route. The new, agentic way, that's like just telling your car, hey, take me to this address, and letting it figure everything out. The traffic, the construction, the best route, all in real time. You see the difference? It's not just about automating the trip, it's about automating the planning of the trip. Mind-blowing.
So this all sounds great in theory, right? But how do you actually build something like this? How do you create a system where all these little autonomous agents can work together without causing chaos? Well, you need a blueprint, a new kind of blueprint.
And that blueprint really comes down to 3 core pillars. Together, they create what you can think of as an agentic fabric for your company. Those pillars are orchestration, capabilities, and governance. Let's quickly unpack each one.
First up, orchestration. This is basically the air traffic controller for all your agents. It's the system that makes sure everyone's talking the same language, that tasks get routed to the right agent, that they have the information they need, and, critically, that if one agent has a problem, the whole system doesn't come crashing down.
Next, we have capabilities. Now, this is so important. Your agents are creative and flexible, but they need to connect to your real, solid business systems. This is like a certified toolbox. It's a library of reliable, rock-solid enterprise tools, your payment system, your inventory database. By giving the agents access to these, you ground them in reality, you keep them from making stuff up or hallucinating. This is where the rubber meets the road.
And last, but definitely not least, is governance. You can think of this as the safety and ethics committee.
This is the layer that provides the guardrails. It's how you manage who or what agent is allowed to do what. It's where you decide when a human needs to step in and approve something. It's how you build trust and make sure the whole system operates safely and responsibly.
All right, understanding the blueprint is one thing, but actually leading this kind of change, well, that requires a whole new way of thinking. This isn't just a tech problem, it's a leadership challenge. So let's talk about the 4 big mindset shifts you, as a leader, need to make.
Okay, number 1. You have to stop thinking like you're building a factory assembly line, a rigid, step-by-step workflow. Your new job is to be a market designer. You're creating a vibrant marketplace inside your company where different agents and capabilities can compete and cooperate to get the job done in the best way possible. It's about reusability, not one-off projects.
Second shift, you've got to let go of control, just a little bit. You need to get comfortable with some unpredictability. So instead of trying to script out every single possible action, you embrace this policy-bounded emergence. Think of it like building a really safe playground. You put up strong fences, those are your policies, but inside, you let the agents play and discover new, creative ways to solve problems.
Number 3. This one's for everyone who's ever been stuck in the nightmare of an endless integration backlog. The shift here is to stop painstakingly wiring everything together like it's 1999. Instead, you think in terms of capability onboarding. You treat your core systems like Lego bricks. You package them up neatly, put them on a shelf, the registry, and let any authorized agent just grab the one it needs and plug it in.
And the final, critical mindset shift is moving away from vendor lock-in and towards a composition strategy. Look, you have to accept a simple truth. The coolest AI model, the best agent you're using today, will probably be obsolete in 6 months. So you have to design your entire system so you can easily swap pieces in and out. It's about staying flexible and always being able to use the best tool for the job, no matter who makes it.
So when you pull it all together, it's pretty clear we're at a fork in the road. The choices you make as a leader right now are going to lead your company down one of 2 paths. One towards real, lasting agility, and the other towards deep, systemic fragility.
The easy path is so tempting, isn't it? Just grab that shiny new AI solution off the shelf and plug it in. But this is what the source material calls the path to architectural entropy. That's a powerful phrase. It's like rust, a slow, silent decay that creeps into your architecture until one day you wake up and you're trapped in a complex, brittle mess that you can't escape from.
And this quote really just sums it all up, doesn't it? Disruption from this wave of AI isn't coming. It's already here. It's a done deal. So the only question left for you to answer is, have you built a company that's ready for it?
Because in this new age, in this age of bounded emergence, you can't just build agility with a bunch of rigid blocks. It doesn't work that way anymore. Real, lasting agility has to be orchestrated. It has to emerge from a smart, flexible system of agents and capabilities and rules. So I'll leave you with this question. Are you going to keep being a person who just buys tools, or are you ready to step up and be the architect of what comes next?